Waalaikumsalam. Please welcome. Have a seat, please. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah. I'm fine.
Have a seat, please.
Thank you, Mister.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Please welcome. Have a seat. How was the traffic just now?
Okay, sorry, I'm a little late because change.
Okay, I understand. Okay. Since both parties are already here, I guess we can start our session. So, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Let's begin our session with Ummah Kitab Al-Fatihah. So first of all, I want to thank both of you for willing to attend these solo sessions as requested. Your presence shows that you both have strong commitment and a good intention to find a solution. So before we are going too far, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Ustaz Zabri and I'm a qualified family counselling specialist and I will serve as the solo mediator for today. So my role here today is not as a judge who will decide who is right or who is wrong. Instead, I'm here as a neutral facilitator to help both of you to find a solutions. Okay, next I would like both of you to introduce yourself. Can you begin with Mr. Azlan?
Okay, sure. My name is Azlan Mekamis. I'm 30 years old and I'm staying in Jati Park Residence.
Okay, Mr. Azlan, what are you doing for now?
Oh, now I'm working as a plumber.
Okay, next, how about you, Mrs. Nadia?
Hi, my name is Anissa. I'm ex-wife of Miss Azlan. I'm the mother of 3 children.
Okay. Okay, Mrs. Nisa, how are you doing right now? Are you working or just as a housewife?
Yes, of course I work. I work at primary school teacher.
Okay, good. Okay, so Mrs. Aslan, if you don't mind, I want to know, are you totally free today for our session this morning or do you have a specific time limit?
Oh yes, I'm completely free this morning and ready to finish this session.
Okay, so good. And how about you, Mrs. Nadia?
Yes, I also don't have any time constraint, so I'm ready to complete this session.
Okay, so good. Seems we will have so much enough time to finish this session. So before we start, do you ever know what is rule of mediation, Mrs. Nadia?
No.
No. How about you, Mr. Azlan? Do you ever heard it before?
I actually never know about it. It was my first time hearing.
Okay, it's okay. Don't worry, I will explain clearly and briefly about our session this morning. So basically, Sulu is settling our dispute in a peaceful and compromising way. As your Sulu officer, I will share this session to help both of you reach a solution. So you don't have to go through a long and formal trial in court. Basically, in Sulu, we will have a 6 stage, which is it will be running smoothly and briefly if you both parties give a good cooperation with me. Shortly, I will begin with the joint session, which I will invite both parties to present their respective claims or issue. Subsequently, if the circumstances require, I will conduct a private session, or we call it as caucus. A private session means that I will meet with each party separately. The purpose of these sessions is to explore possible settlement options in greater depth and to facilitate a more open and constructive solutions.
Right. I was curious. Why we need to have this session? Is this important?
So good question, Mrs. Nadia. I understand your queries. Don't worry, I will explain briefly. So in this session, I hold strongly to the core principle of mediation, which are impartially, naturally, and unbiased. I will not take anyone's side, and I'm right here in the middle to ensure that both of you get an equal space and opportunity to speak. Mr. Azlan and Mrs. Nadia, this solo session offers so many advantages compared to taking this case to the court. So I bet both of you are making good decision by choosing this, because we can actually resolve this dispute today without having to wait for a long time more. Plus, when the case is settled here, it will directly reduce your legal costs. Apart from that, the atmosphere is much more relaxed and flexible compared to attempts at court mode. And any decision or solutions made here come entirely from both sides parties, from both ideas and mutual agreements. So in Sulong, there is no absolute winner or loser. We are looking for solutions that bring goodness and justice for both. And most importantly, everything what we discuss in the Sulu sessions is strictly confidential and private. So no information will be leaked and I'm legally bound not to disclose anything as well. Do you have any more question about Sulong, Mr. Azlan?
I already understand, Ustaz.
Okay, good. How about you, Mrs. Nadia?
I'm also clear about that. Thanks for the explanation.
Okay. So before we begin, I would like to explain a few ground rules which both of you need to follow during our session later. First, I kindly ask everyone to set your mobile phone to silent mode. Next, when our party is speaking, other party must be listened carefully and not allowed to disrupt. If there anything you wish to respond, please take notes and wait until it is your turn to speak. Then I also ask everyone to please respect and courteous language. Please avoid provocation and or raising your voice. Please respect our Sulong. We are here not to revisit the past or determine who is right or wrong, but to find a way forward. I encourage both of you to focus on reaching practical and mutually acceptable solutions. Do you both understand these ground rules and are you willing to follow them throughout these sessions, Mrs. Nadia?
Yes, I understand, and I will give the cooperation for this session.
How about you, Mr. Azlan?
Yes, I do, and I will follow it.
Okay, good. If there are no more questions, we will begin with each party's opening statement. So now, we will start our second stage of Sulong, which is party's opening statement. As I mentioned earlier, now is the opportunity for each of you to explain your concern from your own perspective. I kindly ask, while one party is speaking, the other party must be listened without interrupting. There will be an opportunity to respond later during our discussion. So before that, we need to decide first. Who want to start first, Mr. Azlan or Mrs. Nadia?
I will let Mr. Nadia to start first since she is calm.
Okay. It is okay, Mr. Nadia. Will you start first?
Sure, no problem.
Okay. So I will give you around 10 minutes to speak up all your concern from your own perspective, and you may start now.
Thank you, Ustaz. I find this claim because Ms. Azlan has not paid the children maintenance for the past 8 months. As a mother, I have been carrying all the financial responsibility alone. I have to provide the children foods, the school expense, the clothing and other daily necessities. It has become increasingly difficult to me for managing stuff by myself. What hurts me the most is not only about the unpaid maintenance, but also the lack of the communication. There were the times that I didn't know whether Ms. Azlan intended to fulfill his responsibility or not. As the mother, I have been trying my best to fulfill my children's needs. Every month, I have to think how to pay their food, school expense, uniform, books, transportation, medical needs, and also order the daily necessity. Sometimes I worry about whether I have enough money before the end of the month. But I keep going because my children need me. There were days I had to sacrifice my own needs just to make sure my children had what they need. If they need school supply or medicine, I will always put them first. As the mother, I do not mind making my sacrifice for my children, but I believe I should not have to carry this responsibility alone. What has been most difficult is not only the financial burden, but also the emotional burden. For the past 8 months, I have waiting and hoping that Ms. Azlan would contact me ask about our children, or at least make some effort to fulfill his responsibility. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. The children are growing and they are beginning to notice their father's absence. Sometimes they ask me, where? Why daddy doesn't come? Or why daddy doesn't help us? Those are very difficult questions to answer. Thus, I don't want them to think badly of their father, but I don't know how to answer for them. I always tell them that he loves them, he takes care of them, but it's not really happened. I cannot explain Why they've been left without the support they deserve? No children should have to grow without their father still caring about them. So I think they deserve to feel secure, to know of their both parents are willing to provide them, and even if we are no longer as husband and wife. I understand that life can be difficult, and I'm not asking for anything unreasonable. If Miss Azan have financial difficult, I'm willing to listen and discuss a realistic arrangement. What I need is honesty, communication, and good commitment to support our children. I did not come here to argue or to seek leverage. I come here because I believe maybe it is the best way for us to reach an agreement to save for our children. They deserve stability and security and love from both of us. I sincerely hope that today we can find a solution that fair to everyone, especially to our children. At the end of the day, this is not really about me or about Miss Azan, but it is about our children. Please think about it.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Nadia, for your sharing concerns. Okay, next, Mr. Azan. This now is your opportunity to explain your position. So please take your time.
Thank you, Ustaz. Firstly, I would like to say that I have never intended to neglect my responsibility as a father. The reason I could not make the maintenance payment is because I have been experiencing serious financial difficulties. My income has decreased and I have struggled to meet my own financial commitments. I understand why Miss Nadia is upset, and I admit that I should have communicated with her better. However, it was never my intention to avoid supporting my children. I sincerely hope that Miss Nadia will understand my current situation, and I am here today because I genuinely want us to find a solution that is fair to both of us. I sincerely hope we can reach a fair agreement today without further legal enforcement. That's all for me.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan and Mrs. Nadia. I appreciate both of you for sharing your concerns openly during the opening statement. I understand that this matter has been emotionally difficult for both of you. We have now completed the second stage of today's solo session. We will proceed to the joint session. Okay. The purpose of this stage is to give both parties an opportunity to discuss the matter directly and respectfully. I encourage both of you to listen carefully to each other's concerns, communicate openly, and focus on finding the way forward. As I explained earlier, my role remains the same. I am here to facilitate the discussion, not to make decisions or determine who is right or wrong. Any solution that may be reached today must come from both of you voluntarily. Before we begin, may I ask both of you who would like to begin this discussion?
If Mr. Azlan doesn't mind, I would like to speak first.
Certainly, Miss Nadia. Mr. Azlan, will that be right with you?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, Miss Nadia, please take your time. Mr. Azlan will have the opportunity to respond afterwards. So you will begin to give the suggestion from you.
Okay, thank you, Ustaz. As I mentioned earlier, I have been carrying all the financial responsibility for our children over the past 8 months. Every month, I have to think about school expenses, food, clothing, and their daily needs. I understand that financially difficulties can happen, but what disappoints me most was that I rarely received any explanation from Mr. Azlan. There were times when I didn't even know whether he intended to continue supporting the children. I don't want to argue with him. I just want our children to have a stable life, to know that both parents are responsible for them.
Thank you, Ms. Nadia. If I may summarize what you have just shared, your main concern today is not simply the outstanding of maintenance itself, but you seeking consistent responsibility and better communication so that your children will continue to be protected. Have I understood your concern correctly?
Yes, Ustaz. That's exactly how I feel.
Thank you for confirming. Mr. Azlan, you have heard Ms. Nadia's concern. Would you like to respond?
Yeah, sure. So, firstly, I would like to apologize to Mrs. Nadia. I admit that I should have communicated better. It was never my intention to avoid my responsibility as a father. The reason I couldn't make the maintenance payment regularly was because I have been facing financial hardship. My income has reduced and I have been struggling to manage my financial commitments. I understand why Mrs. Nadia feels so disappointed to me, but I hope she can also understand that I was genuinely unable to pay the full amount.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan. So, what I hear from you is you acknowledge your responsibility as a father. You not refusing to support your children. However, your financial circumstance affected your ability to the payment. So you also recognize the lack of the communication has contributed to the misunderstanding. Is that an accurate reflection to your intent to say?
Yes, Ustaz, that's correct.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Nadia, having heard Mr. Azlan's explanation, would you like to respond?
I appreciate his apology. What worries me is that this has been going for 8 months. The children cannot wait until his financial situation improves. Even if he could not pay the full amount, I would have appreciated some contribution or at least honest communication that would have given me confidence that he will commit to his responsibilities.
Okay, Mrs. Nadia, from what you have explained, your concern is not only about the maintenance, but also the certainty and assurance that Mr. Azlan remains committed to support the children. Is that right?
Yes, Ustaz.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to respond from what Mrs. Nadia said just now?
Yes, I understand her feeling. Looking back, I realized I should have informed her about my financial situation earlier. I accept that remaining silent only made things worse. I truly want to fulfill my responsibility as a father, but I also hope she understands my current financial limitation right now.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan. From today's discussion, I noticed something positive. Although both of you have different perspectives, both of you has impressed the same concern, which is the welfare of your children. Mrs. Nadia is seeking ability and consistency support, while Mr. Azlan wishes to continue fulfilling his responsibility within his current financial ability. It appears that both of you share the same objective, but you have different expectations on how it should be achieved. Would both of you agree with my observation?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, thank you. Know that both of you have had the opportunity to express your concern and respond to each other's views. May I ask, do either of you feel that you are able to reach an agreement at this stage?
To be honest, Ustaz, I still need assurance that whatever is agreed today will actually be fulfilled.
Okay.
I also feel we'll need more discussion before we can reach an agreement.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. It is completely normal if both parties require more time to explore this issue before researching an agreement. One of the options available in the pseudo process is we proceed to private caucus session. Did both of you know what it is?
No.
Okay, a caucus is a private meeting between the mediator and each party separately. The purpose of the caucus is to allow each of you to speak more openly about your concern, priorities and expectation in the confidential setting. I would like to emphasize that I will remain neutral throughout the process. I will not make any decision or suggest any settlement. My role is simply to assist both of you in exploring possible options. Anything discussed during the caucus will remain confidentially and will not be disclosed to other party unless you expressly authorize me to do so. With that explanation, may I ask whether both of you are willing to proceed to the caucus session?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I also agree.
Thank you. Before we proceed, may I ask whether either of you have any preference as to who would like to meet me first or would you prefer me to decide the order?
It's okay, just let she begins.
Okay.
Okay. So, Encik Azlan, we need you to leave from the room for a little.
No problem, Ustaz.
Okay, Miss Nadia. Before we begin, I would like to remind you that this is a private session. Everything we discuss here is confidential. I will not disclose anything you share with Mr. Azlan unless you specially give me permission to do so. Do you understand and agree with that?
Yes, Ustaz, I understand.
Okay. Please feel free to speak openly. Yearly, you mentioned that you feel burdened and emotionally stressed. Could you help me understand what is the most important for you to the end of today's solo session?
What I want most is stability for my children. I'm not here because I want to punish Mr. Azlan. I just don't want to continue worrying every month about whether he will provide maintenance or not.
So, your priority today is not revenge or blame. Your priority is to ensure that your children's needs are met consistently. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, Miss Nadia, may I ask another question? If Mr. Azlan is unable to pay the full outstanding maintenance immediately, would you be prepared to consider other arrangement, provide that they are realistic and consistency owner?
I am willing to consider other agreements, but I need to know that he is serious. I don't want promises that are not fulfilled.
I understand. Consistency and commitment are important to you. May I ask one final question? If there are anything you would like me to communicate to Mr. Azlan during my discussion with him?
Yes, please let him know that I am willing to discuss them. I am willing to discuss the matter, but I need him to communicate honestly and to show responsibility as a father.
Okay. May I have your permission to share only that message with Mr. Azlan?
Yes, you may.
Thank you for the openness today. Now I will invite Mr. Azlan to join me. Would you mind to waiting outside for a few minutes?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan. Thank you for waiting, Mr. Azlan. Before we begin, I would like to remind you that this is also a confidential session. Everything we will discuss will remain private unless you specifically authorize me to share with Mrs. Nadia. Do you understand?
Yes, Ustaz.
Thank you. Early, you mentioned that you were experiencing financial hardship. Could you tell me what you hope to achieve from today's session, Sulu?
I hope we can reach agreement without going through further court proceeding. I don't want our relationship as parents to become worse.
Thank you. Apart from your financial difficulties, is there anything you feel Mrs. Nadia should understand about your situation?
Yes, I want her to know that I have never intended to avoid my responsibility. I was embraced because I couldn't provide the maintenance. Instead of explaining my situation, I remained silent. So I realize now that it's only created more misunderstanding. Ustaz.
From what you have shared, I understand that you still wish to fulfill your responsibility as a father. But you hope your current financial circumstance will also be taken into consideration. Have I understood you correctly?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean, Ustaz.
Okay. If today's discussion continue in a positive manner, do you feel you are willing to explore different options together with Mrs. Nadia?
Yes, I'm willing to discuss any reasonable option. I just hope it is something I can realistically fulfill.
During my discussion with Mrs. Nadia, she have given me permission to share one message with you. She with me to let you know that she is willing to discuss the matter, provide that this honest communication and good commitment towards the children's welfare. Having heard that, is there anything you would like me to communicate to Mrs. Nadia on your behalf?
Yes, please let her know that I'm sincerely wanting to resolve this matter. I know I made a mistake, but I want us to find a solution that is fair for both of us and beneficial for our children.
Do I have your permission to communicate that message to
Yes,
Mrs.
you
Nadia?
have our permission.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Azlan. That concludes our private session.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan and Ms. Nadia, for your patience and cooperation during the conversation. As I mentioned earlier, I will only share the information that each of you has authorized me to disclose. Mr. Nadia has asked me to convey that she is willing to discuss possible agreements, provided there is honest communication and genuine commitment towards the children's welfare. Mr. Azlan has also asked me to share that he sincerely wishes to resolve this matter. He acknowledges his mistake in communication and hopes both of you can reach a solution that is fair and beneficial for your children. From what I have here today, it is clear that both of you share the same priority, which is the well-being of your children. With that in mind, I would now like to invite both of you to explore possible options together. There is no pressure to accept any proposal immediately. The purpose of the discussion is simply to identify a solution that both of you consider realistic and acceptable. Mr. Azlan, since the issue concerns the outstanding maintenance, would you like to begin by sharing with what arrangement you believe you can realistically fulfill?
Thank you, Ustaz. I admit that I still own 8 months of the maintenance. I accept responsibility for that. At that moment, I am not financially able to pay the full amount immediately. However, I am prepared to resume paying the month maintenance starting next month and repay the outstanding amount by installment every month until the arrears are fully settled. I will also make sure to communicate to Mrs. Nadia if I encounter any garden financial difficulties in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Azlan. Ms. Nadia, having heard Mr. Azlan's proposal, what are your thoughts?
I appreciate that he's finally taking responsibility. I understand that he cannot pay everything at once, but I need assurance that the payment will actually be made consistently. If he genuinely follows the agreed schedule and keeps me informed whenever there are problems, I'm willing to consider the installment arrangement.
Thank you, Mr. Nadia. Mr. Azlan, having heard Mrs. Nadia's concern, do you believe the installment proposal you have made is realistic and something you can constantly fulfill?
Yes, Ustaz. I have carefully considered my current financial situation before making this proposal, and I believe I can fulfill it.
Thank you. Mrs. Nadia, if Mr. Azlan constantly makes the monthly maintenance payments and repays the outstanding maintenance according to agreed installment schedule, would that satisfy your primary concern regarding the children's welfare?
Yes, as long as he fulfills the agreement consistently and communicate honestly, I'm prepared to accept the management.
Okay, thank you. Based on today's discussion, I understand that both of you have reached the following proposed agreement. Mr. Azlan will resume paying the children's monthly maintenance beginning next month. The outstanding maintenance for the previous 8 months will be paid by monthly installment according to an agreed schedule. Both parties agree to maintain honest and respectful communication regarding any future financial difficulties. Both parties acknowledge that the children's welfare should remain the highest priority. May I confirm whether this accurately reflects the agreement reached today?
Yes, I can agree the agreement.
I agree as long as it is strictly followed.
Thank you. I congratulate both of you for working together respectfully and constructively throughout today's discussion. We will now proceed to the final stage of today's solo session. Mr. Azlan and Mrs. Nadia, I would like to sincerely thank both of you for your cooperation, attention and willingness to participate throughout today's solo session. I appreciate that although this matter has been more emotionally challenging, both of you remain respectfully and focused on finding a practical solution for the benefit of your children. Based on today's discussion, both of you have successfully reached a mutual agreements regarding the payments of the children's maintenance and the settlement of the outstanding arrears. The terms of these agreements will now be recorded in the official solo agreement. Once both parties have carefully read and signed the agreement voluntarily, it may be submitted to the court for endorsement subject to the court's approval. I would like to remind both of you that this agreement is based entirely on your own free will and mutual concerns. I encourage both parties to honor the commitments that have been made today and to continue communicating respectfully for the welfare of your children. Before we conclude, may I ask whether either of you has any questions or whether there is anything else of you would like to clarify?
No, Ustaz. Thank you for helping us reaching the agreement.
No further question from me. Thank you, Ustaz.
Alhamdulillah, I am pleased that both of you were able to reach and understand it through today's solo session. On behalf of the solo unit, I thank both of you once again for your cooperation and professionalism. I sincerely pray that today's agreement will bring peace, stability and benefit to your family, especially your children. With that, today's solo session is officially concluded. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.